What's up, boys? So I was sitting down scrolling on TikTok per usual, and I came across a Ohma Tokita edit, and this made me wonder, could he beat Baki? These are two of the most iconic characters in their category of anime, and let me know in the comment section below which one of these is your favorite character out of the two. But anyways, when it comes to size, Ohma beats Baki in both height and weight, with Baki coming in at 5'6" and weighing 168 pounds, and Ohma's at a solid 6 feet tall and 187 pounds. Baki is known for his amazing speed, agility, brute strength, and just general physical ability. I mean, Baki was shown doing 10 pull-ups in 2 seconds, breaking the bar in the process. Baki jumped 20 feet in the air over a 20-foot gap from a standing position. Even Michael Jordan himself would not be able to do that. Baki broke a cast on his arm into pieces just by flexing. Baki even effortlessly dodged this dude's chain weapon that he was swinging at over 100 miles per hour. That's over half of how fast a Lamborghini can drive. And on the other hand, Ohma Tokita is a skilled fighter with a Nico-style martial art, which is a combination of various techniques. And both characters have faced some crazy opponents in their respective series, and both of them have showed how amazing their combat abilities truly are. And when it comes to training, Ohma seems to focus much more on speed and fighting than Baki. Ohma does things like 20 reps of underwater shadow boxing, 7 minutes at a time underwater, and wearing 10 kilo weights, which is 22 pounds. Meanwhile, Baki does much more muscular based workouts such as bench presses, knuckle push-ups, and even climbing a rope that scales a whole mountain. But while their training techniques may be different, they both have this one training technique which is very strong. They both fight these imaginary opponents. In fact, Ohma has had 40,880 of these imaginary fights, having 8 matches every day for 365 days out of the year, and he's been doing this for 14 years at a time. And Baki's actually had some pretty fear-inducing imaginary opponents, such as Mike Tyson, and oddly enough a praying mantis, which dominates any creature its size and can even take down birds, and at a human size it can be ridiculously powerful. Baki was really repping for all bugs in the world, and don't let the fact that they both have imaginary fights fool you. These guys can fight. In fact, Ohma had fought a man named Roland, who is known as the Monster of Manila. Roland is a legendary martial arts instructor of the Philippine Army, whose name is known to every Southeast Asian martial artist. And Roland is also a king, which is the highest tier gladiator, with a 422 perfect win record, not losing a single match. He did have one draw, but I'm not counting it as a loss, it's a draw. And in the start of the fight, Ohma just stood still and started trying to dodge Roland's attacks instead of attacking himself. And then Ohma finally put up a stance, and they moved slowly towards each other, and they were extremely close, like weirdly close. Even the commentator was like, whoa, they're close enough to kiss.
That's gay. No, that's actually gay.
And when they were eventually done with their little romantic moment, Roland went for a hit, and Ohma finally dodged an attack and hit Roland in his knee. Ohma then tanked 2 more hits, and he was amazed that Roland was still standing. Normally he should have been knocked down, but Roland loosened his joints in order to minimize the damage, and Ohma took note of this. And Roland was throwing strike after strike, not giving Ohma any time to breathe. But Ohma finally started fighting back, going strike for strike with Roland, but he was eventually knocked down. And he also used Nico-style redirection kata, Weeping Willow. Ohma's arm was literally backwards, but shit, he had a whole nother technique for that too, bone consumption. And when they started fighting again, Roland was dominating Ohma, even cutting Ohma with his elbow, leaving Ohma bleeding. But this is when Ohma switched the sides a bit, using a technique called Advance Fully Unleashed. And Ohma straight clocked Roland in his chin. And oh my god, Ohma hit Roland so hard, he got knocked, not down, but into the ground. But sadly, Ohma had to exit this form quickly, or else he would risk dying. But damn is this form nightmare fuel. He looks fucking terrifying. Roland somehow got back up, and got right back to punching Ohma. But Ohma kept parrying. Ohma kept getting close up until this one parry. And just like that, Ohma knocked Roland down in front of all the homies and in front of all the females. Roland was out like a light, and Ohma won the match. And in Baki, there was this character named Sampierre Atlas. Sampierre Atlas was a UFC fighter who just grew tired of fighting because it was just too easy. Sam believes he has won way too much in his 7 years of being a champion. I mean, he literally one-hit KO'd this dude in one of his matches. And he made the decision to go to Japan to fight someone who is widely accepted as the strongest. He pulled up on Mr. Tokugawa and said, "Hey bro, I was at home watching Baki vs Yujiro on Netflix, and it was fire. I never saw someone's body move like that." Mr. Tokugawa was like, "Alright, you think you could beat this teenager up?" And Sam was like, "Obviously, that's why I'm here." And Mr. Tokugawa warned him about Baki, but Sam said, "I'm strong too, man." And when Sam hyped himself up saying he would fight Baki whenever, even tonight, he didn't expect Mr. Tokugawa to say tonight would work. He was like, this might have been a mistake. Baki walked out to that stadium looking bored as fuck. And Sam said, I'm fighting someone this small, he could be a featherweight. He's like half my size. But when he made eye contact with Baki, he saw a monster. Just looking at Baki made Sam so zoned out, he didn't even hear the ref explaining the rules. This man Baki's aura is crazy. And when the crowd started calling Sam's name, he got a bit of a confidence boost. And he had said while smiling, they see me as some sort of weakling, don't they? Sam told himself, I'm 10 times heavier than him. Even monsters like Pacquiao won't dare to fight a heavyweight. There are rules such as weight classes that myths just can't overcome. I guess this guy forgot what series he was in, but that false confidence of his was quickly crushed when he realized Baki was not scared, but instead, he was bored. And Sam tried to throw a kick and then a jab that, in quotes, always connects, but well, it didn't connect. And Baki literally just grabbed Sam Pierre's head and shook him, and that's all Sam could remember. Oh, also, Baki was in fact so bored during this fight, he was fighting back at Yawn for Sam Pierre's sake. What a nice guy. What should also be mentioned is the fact that Baki has a technique that is both offensively and defensively powerful. And this move is called the Demon Back, and it literally multiplies his stats from his strength to endurance and seemingly has no cons from what I have seen. Besides the fact that he has to take a bunch of damage to activate it currently. But still, it's not even bad though, it's like a chug jug for real. And while Baki's Demon Back has no consequences for him using it, Ohma's advanced fully unleashed move could hurt him fatally and even kill him, along with, in my opinion, not giving him as much of an increase in abilities. And at the end of the day, who would win is completely up to you and the writers of course, but based off of the information I've gathered and seen, Baki would win. These two characters are both top-notch in their worlds, but Baki has fallen from a skyscraper and literally just got back up with a couple scrapes. Baki can even lift over 320 pounds and is recognized as a rival by a man who literally stopped an entire earthquake with a single punch. And while in Baki the strongest character can stop an earthquake with a little punch, the strongest character in Kegan Ashura is only capable of punching through steel. So in conclusion, Baki would win. Baki just has an unnatural power, and in almost any other anime series, including Kegan Ashura, Baki's just busted. Also, if the stats were made equal for both Ohma and Baki, I think Baki would still win out of sheer adaptability and diversity. I mean, Baki literally knows almost every technique in the world and can copy techniques in the blink of an eye, along with making illusions that can hurt people. If you think about it, Baki's really got a whole genjutsu for her. And also, what's stopping him from just copying Ohma's techniques? But that's gonna be all for today's video. If you guys enjoyed, you can leave a like and subscribe. It helps me out way more than you may think, and it's free on your end. And let me know in the comment section below which one of these is your favorite character. For me, it's gotta be Ohma. Baki's strong and all, but I like Ohma's personality way better. And if you'd like to interact with me, the community, show off your art, or even self-promote, you can join the Discord in the description box below. But that's gonna be all. Bye!